Good morning, kids. As what I promised yesterday, we will be having a fun and exciting activities for today. Are you all excited? That's great. Before we start, let us wear our apron first. And now let us enumerate all the materials we will be needing for our activity. We have here a clear plastic container. We have here a tube from an old aquarium. Then we have here a red food color. Then a bottle of clear soda. Then a clear plastic bag. Then we have here an old leggings. Then we have here a pair of scissors. Then a bottle with water. And our food sample, which is a banana. Now for today, we will be simulating how the digestive system works. Are you all excited? That's good to know. Alright, let's start. Actually, all of the materials here, they have a corresponding digestive part. Or they have a counterpart digestive organ. Alright? For example, this container represents our mouth. The wide mouth of this container is the human mouth. Then we have here a pair of scissors which represents our teeth. Okay? Now, what is the primary function of the teeth? To grind the food. To break down the food physically. Alright? Let's try this with the banana. Okay, we have here the mouth, we have here the teeth. Now, once we ingest the banana, once we put the banana inside our mouth, we are ingesting it. We are grinding it using our teeth, which is the scissors here. Okay? Now, inside the mouth, we are grinding it. Like this. Alright? Now, inside our mouth, we have there the salivary gland. What's the primary function of the salivary gland? To produce the saliva. Okay? What's the saliva for? Saliva is needed to break down the starch from the food that we're eating. Another function of the saliva is to help the food to become a ball of food, which is what we call bolus. Again, the saliva makes the broken pieces of food into a ball, which is what we call a bolus. Now, let's continue the grinding here. I'm grinding the food using the scissors, which represents the human teeth. Now, after that, our mouth, our pharynx has a part called this one, esophagus. Again, esophagus. The primary function of the esophagus is to transport the bolus from mouth to your stomach. It's a passageway. It's a long passageway. This is the esophagus. Now, esophagus has a movement or has a contraction called peristalsis or a peristaltic movement. Again, peristaltic movement is the ability of the esophagus to push down the bolus from mouth to stomach. Okay, let's try it. Now, we have here already the bolus, which was broken down by the teeth and was merged by the saliva. And we're going to put it in the esophagus, esophageal tube. Okay, this is the esophagus tube. Now, because of the muscle contraction, relaxation, contract, relax, contract, the food gets down. It goes down to this tube. And we all know that esophagus is connected to our stomach bag. And this plastic bag represents the stomach bag. Alright. Now they are connected. Alright? Now, the stomach is producing a kind of acid, a very strong acid. In chemistry, we call it HCl. Which stands for hydrochloric acid. Again, hydrochloric acid. Now, we have here a bottle of soda. This represents the hydrochloric acid. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to force the plastic container. Now, what can you see? The plastic bag or the stomach is filled up with acid or hydrochloric acid. Now, what's the primary job of the hydrochloric acid? To break down the bolus, or to break down the solid food that we have taken. Now, from esophagus, it will go down to your stomach. Let's assume that went down already. Now, what can you observe? The bolus are swimming inside the stomach bag. Okay? Now, after an hour, after 4 to 6 hours, depending on what food you have taken or have eaten, that will dissolve. Okay? From solid bolus, it will become a liquid chyme. Okay? Now, just like the esophagus, the stomach bag or the stomach makes a peristaltic kind of movement as well. Okay, when you say peristaltic movement, muscle contraction, relax, then it will contract, relax, contract, relax, contract. Now, because of the relaxation and contraction of the stomach muscle, the food has turned into liquid. We call it chyme. Alright? Now, if you're wondering why you're not getting hurt if we have acid inside our body, it's because we have some enzymes that neutralizes the acidity of the stomach. Just like the pancreatic juice. Pancreatic juice, primary function is to neutralize the acidity of the hydrochloric acid. And we have there the bile to help the stomach to break down the fats. Because not everything can be broken down by the hydrochloric acid alone. Kailangan niya ng help from the pancreas and the liver, particularly the bile, okay, from the gallbladder. Now, once the food has been turned into a chyme, that's already ready for to be transported to our small intestine. This one. This leggings represents our small intestine. Actually, the human intestine, small intestine, has a length about 7 meters long. That's very long. Okay, 7 meters long. Now, from the stomach bag, it will be transported inside our small intestine. Okay, let's transfer. There you go. Now, the chyme has been transported already in our small intestine. Now, last time I told you that inside our intestine, we have their microscopic pores. Alright, can you still remember? Microscopic pores are what we call microvilli. The microvilli's primary function is to absorb all the nutrients we have taken in. Okay, we have digested inside our body. Again, microvilli is connected to our blood vessels. Now, we can already conclude that there's a relationship between the digestive system and the circulatory system. Because what we digested will be circulated to our body. Now, let's demonstrate it. Now, this is the absorption process. The chyme inside the small intestine will go here. What can we say about this one? This is our blood vessel. Okay, blood vessel. Let's apply a little bit of food coloring. There you go. The water turned red. Now, this is our blood vessel. Okay. Now, the nutrients is ready for circulation. Take a look at it. What can you observe? The food particles are swimming or scattered in the water. There's a discoloration of the water that signifies the nutrients has been transported already. Now, the microvilli will deliver the nutrients to our blood vessel. And the primary function of the blood is to deliver the nutrients in the different parts of our body. That's the process of absorption. Now, not everything in our body can be digested. Some materials are said to be waste. Okay? Those waste products are what we call feces, better known as stool, poop, or what do you call that? Did I mention stool already? Yeah, stool. Fecal matter, yeah, it's fecal matter. Again, fecal matter, stool, and waste product. Okay, they needed to be released out from our body for the reason they are not useful anymore. And besides, if we don't poop them out or if we don't remove them out, they can cause harm. They could cause blood poisoning. Okay, now, undigested food will be temporarily stored in our large intestine. Now, if the large intestine is already full, then that's the time it has to be eliminated. Where? In our rectum, from our rectum, then outside the anus. Okay? Rectum is the end of our large intestine, and the anus is the hole or the outermost layer of our alimentary canal. Again, from mouth to anus, we call it as alimentary canal. Okay? Alimentary canal. They are connected to each other. Okay? I hope you've learned a lot from this video. Then, you can try this at home. If you just ask your parents to assist you, then that will be okay. Okay, thank you very much. God bless.